In the skies above every major battlefield of the last 4 decades, one sound has struck fear into enemy hearts and hope into Allied forces. Following recent aviation headlines, the world's attention has turned to America's legendary workhorse, the Blackhawk. With over 5 million combat hours and more than 2,100 aircraft in service, this flying fortress has shaped modern aviation like no other helicopter in history. But what makes it so significant that even after recent challenges, militaries worldwide still consider it irreplaceable? Today, we're unveiling the untold story of how this legendary war machine evolved from a simple transport helicopter into the most advanced and scrutinized aircraft of 2025. The Vietnam War taught America a brutal lesson about helicopter warfare. Over 3,300 UH-1 Iroquois helicopters were shot down, claiming the lives of 2,100 pilots and crew members. Each downed helicopter represented a failed mission, stranded troops and families who would never see their loved ones again. This devastating toll sparked a revolution in military aviation. In 1974, Sikorsky engineers embarked on an ambitious mission: create a helicopter that could withstand the most punishing combat conditions imaginable. They studied every bullet hole, every crash site, every battle damage report from Vietnam. The result? A flying tank with self-sealing fuel cells, ballistically resilient rotor blades, and an armored cockpit that could absorb direct hits. The Blackhawk's twin engines provided enough raw power to lift 8,000 pounds while cruising at speeds over 100 miles per hour, yet agile enough to weave through enemy fire. When this menacing beast first took to the skies, military experts knew they had witnessed something extraordinary. But what they couldn't predict was how this purpose-built survivor would transform modern warfare forever. Picture 2 massive General Electric T700 engines, each unleashing 1,890 horsepower of raw power. When these twin beasts roar to life, they transform the Blackhawk into a metal hurricane, generating enough force to lift a full-size SUV straight into the sky. At maximum thrust, this war machine screams through the air at 357 kilometers per hour, fast enough to outrun most civilian aircraft. But raw speed tells only part of the story. The Blackhawk's 4-blade main rotor system, spinning at a precise 258 revolutions per minute, delivers something even more impressive: control. Want to insert a squad of elite soldiers onto a rooftop in total darkness? The Blackhawk can hover steady as a rock. Need to evacuate wounded troops from a mountainside at 19,000 feet? This beast will power through thin air that would cripple lesser aircraft. How about resupplying an entire forward operating base? A single Blackhawk can sling load 9,000 pounds of cargo, equivalent to 3 pickup trucks. The cockpit resembles a fighter jet more than a helicopter. 4 multi-function digital displays feed pilots constant situational awareness. Advanced GPS navigation, infrared sensors, and night vision systems turn darkness into day. The automated flight control system handles the complex aerodynamics, freeing pilots to focus on the mission. And those twin engines? Each one can drive all critical systems alone, meaning the Blackhawk keeps flying even if one engine takes a direct hit. Speaking of taking hits, the Blackhawk's survival systems start with its armored cocoon. Pilots sit in stroking armored seats with 5-point retention harnesses surrounded by retractable ballistic panels. The spall-resistant windscreen deflects incoming rounds and withstands direct bird strikes at maximum speed. Self-sealing fuel tanks shrug off small arms fire, while redundant hydraulic systems keep the controls responsive even after taking severe damage. The tail rotor blades, crafted from ballistically tested composites, maintain their structural integrity when struck, a feature that has saved countless crews in combat zones. These aren't just theoretical defenses. During Operation Gothic Serpent in Somalia, 1993, 2 Blackhawks absorbed direct hits from RPGs. Despite catastrophic damage, their robust airframes protected many crew members through the impacts. In Afghanistan, a Blackhawk returned to base with over 50 bullet holes and a damaged engine, the backup systems performing flawlessly as designed. The wide-chord main rotor blades provide another layer of protection. Their composite construction resists battlefield damage while generating an additional 470 pounds of lift, crucial for rapid evacuations under fire. Even the electromagnetic defense systems offer protection, detecting incoming missiles and automatically deploying countermeasures. Every component, from the reinforced transmission to the auxiliary power unit, features built-in redundancy. The Blackhawk treats survival as a system, not a feature. Each backup system supports another, creating an interconnected web of fail-safes that keep the aircraft fighting when others would fall. all, the Blackhawk's safety systems face continuous testing in real-world conditions. Following the tragic Potomac River incident of January 2025, which highlighted the critical importance of night operation protocols, the Army implemented enhanced safety measures for low-altitude training missions. These updates further reinforced the Blackhawk's already robust night vision and communication systems. Yet, beyond all these defensive capabilities lies something even more remarkable about this legendary aircraft. And if you want to discover more untold stories about the world's most advanced military aircraft, make sure you hit that subscribe button now, because next week we're taking you inside the cockpit of another legendary warbird. From the jungles of Panama to the mountains of Afghanistan, the Blackhawk transforms into whatever the mission demands. The spacious cabin reconfigures in minutes, switching from troop transport to aerial command center to flying hospital. Need firepower? The direct-action penetrator variant turns this utility helicopter into a flying arsenal. 16 Hellfire missiles, Hydra rocket pods, and twin M134 miniguns that unleash 1,300 rounds per minute. For special operations, the stealth variant slips through enemy radar nets undetected, a capability that proved decisive during Operation Neptune Spear. The Firehawk variant tackles nature's fury, carrying a 1,000-gallon water tank for wildfire battles. The Seahawk rules maritime operations from Navy vessels, while Marine One, the VH-60N Whitehawk, transports the president with unmatched security. When natural disasters strike, Blackhawks transform into lifelines. Their 9,000-pound cargo hook lifts critical supplies to isolated communities. The medical evacuation configuration carries 6 stretchers plus a full trauma team, turning the cabin into a flying emergency room. Those 5 million combat hours have forged more than a helicopter. They've created a shape-shifting platform that masters every role. A single Blackhawk can airdrop combat troops at dawn, deliver artillery pieces at noon, evacuate casualties at dusk, and insert a special operations team under cover of darkness. The latest UH-60M model pushes these boundaries further. Its modular design interfaces with drones, ground forces, and space assets, creating an interconnected combat system that dominates the modern battlefield. The Blackhawk continues to evolve. The latest UH-60M model features composite wide-chord rotor blades that slice through air with unprecedented efficiency. Advanced digital avionics replace analog systems, while automated flight controls reduce pilot workload during complex missions. Recent events have accelerated the integration of advanced collision avoidance systems and enhanced night operation capabilities. The Blackhawk's latest communication suite now features improved cross-platform coordination between military and civilian traffic control systems, demonstrating the aircraft's ongoing evolution to meet emerging safety challenges. 30 countries now operate Blackhawks, from Australia's sun-scorched outback to Sweden's Arctic frontier. Each nation adapts the platform to unique requirements. Poland integrates it with European defense networks, while Japan optimizes it for maritime patrol missions across the Pacific. The future promises even more capabilities. New open system architecture allows rapid integration of emerging technologies. Artificial intelligence assists pilots in degraded conditions. Enhanced sensors fuse data from ground, air, and space assets, creating unmatched battlefield awareness. The U.S. Army plans to keep Blackhawks flying through 2054, marking 75 years of service. Continuous upgrades will expand range, increase lift capacity, and enhance survivability. Advanced materials and digital systems will squeeze even more performance from this combat-proven design. But perhaps the Blackhawk's greatest achievement lies beyond its technical specifications. From Vietnam's harsh lessons emerged an aircraft that redefined military aviation. Through 5 million combat hours and countless missions, the Blackhawk proved that true versatility comes from understanding what warriors need on the battlefield. Its legacy lives on in the faces of soldiers delivered safely to their families, communities saved from natural disasters, and missions accomplished against impossible odds. While newer aircraft may eventually claim the skies, the Blackhawk has already secured its place in history, not as a mere helicopter, but as the machine that taught us survival and success share the same wings. What do you think makes the Blackhawk so irreplaceable in modern warfare? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights help our community understand these incredible machines better. Until next time, keep watching the skies.